Hiya folks, how's it going? I'm Lexi and I like tabletop games so much that every week, once a week, I review a new one here on the gaming table. If that sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to subscribe and keep watching. Also, let me know if asking people to subscribe at the beginning is getting too annoying. It seems to be pretty standard on YouTube, so I thought I would try it out. Also, introducing myself at the start. I was reached out to by a couple of people a couple of times saying they didn't know my name, so I thought I would put it at the start of the videos and we can see whether or not we like it or hate it. Today I am reviewing a game of my choice, and it's one that I've been really excited to talk about for a very long time. It's been around for a while and it still seems to be pretty popular, which is always a good sign. So let's talk about Buried Without Ceremony's Monsterhearts 2. Monsterhearts 2 comes with a very simple premise. The player characters in Monsterhearts 2 tend to be supernatural creatures as well as angsty teenagers. Combining otherworldly powers with teenage hormones is a recipe for a lot of drama, which is what this game is about. Players in this game choose a playbook known as a skin, and that determines what kind of supernatural creature they are. There is also two playbooks in this game which are designed to be the normal humans, but they still have a lot of opportunities to interact with the supernatural. There are some great options for character playbooks in this game. Everything from the classic werewolf to a creature known as the Hollow, which has a few possible interpretations that you could put your own spin on. Every character playbook comes with things that make that character interesting or perhaps more mechanically beneficial to play. For example, the Fae has an ability that I really like, that if another character breaks a promise with the Fae, that character gains a string over the character that broke the promise, which they can then use to get that character to do what they want. So this game has characters role-playing creatures that are supernatural, trying to pass as human, while going through many angsty teen drama problems. This game also encourages players and the game master, known as the MC, to think of other possible issues that the teenage characters are facing. While their identity as a supernatural creature is hidden, do they have other aspects to their identity that can't be hidden? Are they a part of some minority and have they faced some form of discrimination because of that? Perhaps a character could be queer. Do they know this yet? This game does incorporate mechanics which are about the teenage characters' sex lives and their sexual development. I will say, although this topic is a very sensitive one, this game manual handles the subject matter really well and with great sensitivity. Monsterhearts 2 uses a spin on the Powered by the Apocalypse system. This is a system I am fond of personally, so you've probably seen it a few times on this channel. For this game, there are 7 basic moves that every single character has access to in one form or another. These are turn someone on, shut someone down, lash out physically, keep your cool, run away, stare into the abyss, and pulling strings. Some of these I'm sure are pretty self-explanatory from their names, but I do know a couple might require a bit more explanation. The 3 that come to mind for me are shut someone down, stare into the abyss, and pull strings. To shut someone down is to sort of, well, shut them down socially. It's to either humiliate or manipulate a person in a social situation so that they're at a disadvantage. A successful shut someone down move can actually impose a condition onto their character. Gaze into the abyss actually covers seeking out knowledge in any form, be that inward reflection or a Google search. And to pull strings is to pull on the relationships that characters have with each other. As these characters interact, they will feel a certain way about each other from their previous interactions. Pulling a string is about getting that character to do what you want. So the player might invoke a string of something that happened in the game previously with that other character. Strings are generally formed between characters during play, and they can be a positive or a negative thing. Strings, while they can also help convince a character to do what you want, they also can help you bolster a role in general. Like most power Powered by the Apocalypse games I've come across, this game uses 2d6. Generally, someone will declare what kind of move they want to use, roll 2d6, add the results on the die, and then apply a relevant modifier to the situation. These modifiers generally come from a character's 4 attributes. These are hot, cold, volatile, and dark. These attributes can provide a modifier anything from a -1 to a +2. A 10 and above tends to be an outright success, sometimes with an added bonus, whereas a 7 to 9 is going to be a success, but there's going to be some sort of cost or condition on it. Anything below a 7 is generally a failure. The MC in this game does not roll dice. Instead, they get access to their own moves, which are designed to help tell the story. There's actually a great chapter in this game manual for running the game. It lays out what the principles of the game are and what kinds of stories tend to work well with this system. For example, the MC might be throwing at their characters new problems, consequences of a previous decision, or perhaps just some general teenage angsty problems. There's also a really great couple of pages on modifying the game, even to taking this to a game that's not about teenagers. I always appreciate when a game manual comes with a little bit of helpful advice about how to modify a game. It's very common for people to get game manuals and to use them as a springboard for their own creativity. So I think embracing that as a part of your game is a really solid move. Monsterhearts 2, in my opinion, is a really good game. The themes of this game are very evocative and can cover anything from more lighthearted teenage problems to some very dark topics. Something that reinforces my confidence in the game is that for these dark topics, the game manual spends a lot of time on safety mechanics to play this game. Monsterhearts 2 in general is actually a really well-written game. It took me very little time to pick up this manual, read it, and understand the rules and be ready to play. If you like Powered by the Apocalypse games, I would really hold this manual up as one of the best written game manuals in its genre. Monsterhearts 2 evokes some of the more interesting themes of shows like Teen Wolf or Vampire Diaries. Surprisingly enough though, if that sort of show doesn't appeal to you, this game might still be great for you. I certainly am not a fan of those kinds of shows, but I found this game manual certainly I'm not into those shows, but I really like this game. If you are really not interested in playing a hormone-riddled teenager, maybe you should pass over this one. I have to say though, I again was pleasantly surprised. Normally I don't want to play role-playing games about being a teenager. This game covers the darker aspects of being a teenager and some of the more adult themes with such grace and sense that I know it is not gratuitous or exploitative. I am just impressed. Monsterhearts 2 is a little bit over $25 USD, and that is for a really great little soft cover game that is really fun to have on your shelf and even just to read. I really love it when a game comes out and really surprises me with how much I enjoy it. I can really see why this one has stuck around. What do you think? Tell me your thoughts down in the comments down below. While you're down there, I encourage you to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, maybe share with a friend. It all actually helps this channel get more notice and allows me to make more videos. I also have a Ko-Fi page which helps with the fundraising for this channel. You are welcome to donate or just see what I've posted there. I hope you're all well, and I look forward to seeing you next time at the gaming table. Bye!